because they lost years of their lives. They were entrapped and they lost years of their lives in prison, young men. And he then was outraged that they were getting paid any money. He didn't want them to get any money. But anybody who knew how, the intensity of it, how he felt that he would take out an ad in the New York Times, tells you that he knew an audience. He knew an audience that was going to be okay with that. They weren't all enraged like I am or like some people are. He had an audience, he knew, regarding the lawsuits about them he and his father not renting to Black people. Well, they were sued twice, not just once. After they settled the first time, they did it again. So that, and his niece has always said he's raised by his father was a racist, and it is his DNA. That's one thing. I would also like to point out I don't know if you saw what I wrote in chat. In my mind, when we've ever talked about Trump, we have to dance around. Like I said, there's an elephant in the house wearing a tutu, and we all pretend we don't see it. Or when we start to talk about it, there's always somebody who's going to say, no, that's not what you're seeing. Or my favorite is, well, yeah, but he likes Israel. Or look he's fighting anti-Semitism on college campuses, as if that offsets something. It doesn't. You can be good in this area and not good in that area. And besides that, I think he's also transactional in a lot of areas, that he gets credit for being a good guy when I'm not so sure he really is. The other thing is, take a look at, we talked about, take a look about, not only besides walking besides Nazis, how about the gentleman who rammed their car and killed somebody at that event? And Trump, by the way, he never said anything for about 2 days about the Nazis being there. What he did say was he defended the people that were there because they were good people, because they didn't want the statues of Robert E. Lee and all these other people taken down. He ignored the fact that they didn't have a permit for that night. They had a permit to be there the next night on another part of the park, but he immediately wanted to defend them. He's also, do you really think that his anti-diversity issue is just because he didn't want women in the military? Really? How about Blacks? When are we going to actually talk about all the Black people? How about the admiral, all the different Black people who he felt did not deserve their jobs? Not because they were bad at their jobs, but because they were of a race that he did not approve of. And I really, it troubles me a lot when I hear people say that his anti-diversity was just because, well, he didn't like women in the, no, he did not like, everybody knows he doesn't like women, other than he has no respect for women. When are people going to realize how that man got elected the first time? He reached out and tapped into every exposed nerve of every bigot there was. And he lets you know that it's okay. It's okay. If I'm one, if I feel this way, you can feel this way. When you think about all the ICE agents that are there, how many neighborhoods are they going to bust a white Irish au pair, a white Irish nanny in a gated community? Is that ever around there? Do you think is that a focus? If that person might be illegal, is that a focus? I don't think so. I think that Trump is exactly what you get. I think that the FOIA, do you have any idea how many people have tried to get, have had to not been able to get information using FOIA? There's lawsuits about it. So I would caution you to not to be too excited that you're going to get something. And I just think, we always say he says stupid things, or he says things to draw attention away from this, to draw attention from that. That is who he is. He's every bad thing that there is. That's character. That's his character, and that's bad character. And bad character includes.
Bitch, let me go hit my projection bell, bitch. Take a chill pill, bitch. Last week you called him a pedo. 10 minutes ago you called him a pedo. Hello?
How he got elected.
Hello?
Thank you.
Thank you, bitch. Thanks, Karen. Bye, Karen. Hello? Hello?
Gary, hi. A lot of the comments already, Gary, I think speak to the question, and it's unfortunate that we're even debating this, as I mentioned on some other topics we discussed. But I think it's informative from a standpoint of it should help illuminate how far we've fallen and how much farther we got to go to beat back a big chunk of perceptions and the thought process that go in to seeing that and to justify it. It's okay for a meme like this to leak out into the universe of the online world and not be able to put that genie back in the bottle. But why it's informative is it really lets us know where we're at in a big way, in a huge way. Not just in terms of the way its ICE agents and its policies that rain down terror on down folks and other minorities, but it speaks to the continuation of the mentality of how they perceive African Americans, Black Americans in this country who have had to fight and beat back. The United States as a movement in the scientific medical world. There are figures out there just doing champion science and racist ideology saying we can measure craniums, we can look to the animal kingdom, the strata of species, white man is at the top, the monkey somewhere down at the bottom, and then of course the African slave was somewhere in the middle. And so all of this was being championed when it's had credence and scientific backing to racist policies in this country. It's now, even today, in the form of these folks, Johnson Onward, even Eisenhower, the civil rights has been trying to move the country, move the needle in a direction of equality as best we can, as imperfect as we can, and that culminated in the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, and obviously the marches and the civil rights to get back to Jim Crow. And so now, those folks that weren't happy with those outcomes have been given free license to vote for a man. And vote for a man who's for and to continue to fan these flames. And, if there weren't an appetite and a voter out there, Gary, that sees this as being okay, they would never want the fun. It's not. It's being championed by a base that says everything that this guy is doing as being I've never seen. And I think we all agree on that, and I'll end there. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Hermes, followed by F. Gray.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, he's a racist, and I heard someone talking about other countries perceive. I'm in Mexico right now, and the perception is that he's also racist. And when it comes to Americans and races,
clearly.
Wonderful. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I just happened to be scrolling and I saw your topic and I saw, well, I think there's a very short answer to that question in my opinion, and a lot of your speakers have already said it. Meryl, Steve, Chris, others, you are still on the invite to the F grade barbecue. And I just wanted to say that, comparing, linking, whether that be Barack or Michelle, but linking black people to apes and whatnot is a foundational idea within the whole structure of the white racist theory. Those of us, who are critical of it, there's people could tell you all about that. It goes back, a lot of theory when we're talking religion, politics, everything. And it's stuff like this. It's no wonder that the last 3 elections that only 2 out of 10 black men and only 1 out of 10 black women voted for the president the last 3 elections, because it's been a very simple equation to us about what this guy represents. We don't care if he hung out with Jesse Jackson back in the day. We don't care if he party with black folk in the day. We have all experienced such people who will party and shake and smile on our face and then stick daggers in our back. So we're not, that's not something complicated and new to us. And another thing, this is just all the people who high school post, going back 10, 12 years ago, and stuff about Michelle Obama being a man and whatnot. And it's so always strange to me that you have these folks who are so infatuated with not just that they are infatuated with another man's wife, but they are infatuated with another man's wife's vagina to the point that they fantasize that it's a back piece. I thought that's what you really on your mind when you think about the environmental problems that are irritating that Michelle Obama has. But aside to the point, there's no doubt what he is, what he represents. Gary, years ago, I worked for a company that campaigned with Trump, and this I worked for a consumer company. They also were in automotive real estate. At the time, Trump owned there were 2 local centers in Gary, Indiana. One owned by Trump, another owned by a black entrepreneur named Don Biden. And I was like, that's right here from the church. That's right. So I worked for Don. And I understood this, that when Trump sold his vote to the Martin Empire in around 2005, there were a lot of employees who were very happy. They were they considered Trump as racist in his policies, his trade trips, and promises to hire black people from Gary, Indiana, which is predominantly black. He reneged on all of his promises. And people felt like that was his white too, that they wanted to commit. And I know my time is over here, but if we just look at the case where we're talking about, how Ruby Freeman was treated in Georgia. I know that wasn't Trump directly, but that was his folks. That was his goons in Georgia that were harassing and persecuting Ruby Freeman, a poll worker, to the point, she and her daughter had to leave their home, resulting in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit with Rudy Giuliani. We don't hear much from Rudy Giuliani anymore. I think after that happened, whether we're looking at Lisa Cook, who's on the Federal Reserve, one of the most smartest women in America in the financial world, and he wants to go after her on some bullshit charges, excuse my French there. And then whether going back to 2020, when you look at the states that he went after, Michigan, large black population, Pennsylvania, large black voting population. Georgia, large black voting population. Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, large black voting population. He criticized, he questioned the election results in these predominantly black cities. So whether we're talking about what just happened today, yesterday, it's irrelevant to the main point. We know who he is. There's no surprise here. And the other thing I would say,
There ain't no motherfucking surprise.
is that
So why the fuck you talking about it?
Yeah.
Ain't no motherfucking
Trump is
surprise.
like the crust. He's the public face of the racism in America, but we still deal with something. And I go back to the words of Dr. King, 1963, letter from Birmingham jail. And he says, I've almost come to the most regrettable conclusion that the Negro's greatest stumbling block in his stride towards freedom. It's not the White Citizen Council. It's not the Ku Klux Klan, but the white moderate who is more devoted to order than to justice. If the white moderates out there would do more, not necessarily, not always on the day that they vote, but in their neighborhoods, in their communities, in their churches, in their schools, in their households. The more they would talk about this, the better America would be able to someday, perhaps one day, stamp out what I think is eventually going to be the root downfall in America. Whenever this empire falls, I think one of the root causes is going to be it has never healed from its several hundred years wounds of racism and bigotry in the country. Thank you.
I just have a question
700
before you
years
go.
it hasn't
I'm
healed
both a
itself.
moderate Republican.
Maybe
and I feel
another
like I'm
700
Valley.
years of calling out the complaints
Rio
are gonna heal us.
Rio Grande Valley.
We're gonna heal us without complaints once and for all.
Your
700 years of complaining wasn't enough. We gotta submit another complaint to the room. Hello?
Dr. King's words.
Hello?
The white moderate preferring order to justice
Hello?
really kind of resonated with me.
Hello?
Not necessarily because I think
Hello?
because I know white moderates.
Hello? 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 Hello?
I know white moderates that
Hello?
think that they're more devoted to order than they are to justice. They're more devoted to the procedure of following things than they are toward the general outcome.
They're just the politic and propaganda.
These words hit me really
Hello?
Well, good. They should hit a lot of people hard. And
Hello?
often, when we celebrate Dr.
Hello?
King's life, legacy,
Hello?
most of us don't know much about his words other than that I have a dream. When letters like
Hello?
Birmingham jail or
Hello?
the address he gave
Hello?
at the church in Memphis in 1968. When you look at what he said in those speeches and those letters, you get a deeper understanding. But Gary, thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Hello?
No, I appreciate your contribution and everybody else's today. It was a very vibrant room, and I think everybody made excellent points. So we've come to the end of the day and the week. So until 5 o'clock New York time on Monday for the next edition of the Critical Thinking Forum, everybody in the path of the Arctic blast, stay warm. Everybody who is interested in football, I hope your team wins. And let's send out a prayer to the Guthrie family as well. So till 5 o'clock New York time on Monday, everybody be safe, be well, and peace out.
Can I say something before you close down?
Haha. Can I say something?
This nigga was born Cassius Clay.
The beginning of time, I'm not going to accept the beginning to time.
Wait. Okay. I'm a little confused, but
Hey, Donald. Hey, Megatron.
that's cool, Congress. Thank you.
Hey, Congress, what about me?
Joanna, maybe Joanna's helped me out with this. So, Joanna, he's saying that he wants the physics to work like it works now, to tell him when time began. He's saying time didn't begin.
No, I don't think
So
time
hold on.
began.
You gotta let me. Exactly. You don't think time began. So
You're
I'm saying
lying.
to him, you said that time didn't begin. That's what I said.
No.
So now, Joanna,
Didn't begin. I never said the time didn't begin.
you said began.
I don't think the time.
Isn't time just a concept, gentlemen?
No, time's a physical structure.
Can I hear what the rest is saying?
All right. So Joanna, I'm trying to tell him the physics that we use needs to make sense only in time. If there's no time, that's before time. We can't use physics.
No, false. Because we have ADS-CFT correspondence. What this allows us to
Wait,
do.
put that in the chat, please.
I'm doing no. It's ADS-CFT. So, what this allows us to do is remove time as a dimension completely, and we can just throw it in the trash. So, no, I'm not assuming that time is something.
Well, they do carbon dating, and so even with a tree, you can find out how old a tree is. You can measure progression of the length of an organism.
Yes.
Hello?
Let me speak. One sentence. Anti-de space conformal field theory correspondence.
What I'm talking about.
Hello? Correspondence of a field theory? How about we just go one at a time? Hello, moderator?
Okay, Congressman, let him go.
No, wait. I'm in the middle of something. You can't just jump in the conversation like that.
Why not?
So, Joanna.
Hello? I was just trying to answer the question, what's on your mind?
Physics
Hello?
that prove that there is no time.
What were you saying, Congressman?
I would like to answer the question in the room, what's on your mind? Hello? Hello, what's on your mind? I'd like to convince you all once and for all that God exists. Hello?
Go for it.
Okay, so I want to frame the conversation in the sense that this is actually a show called Convince Me God Exists. It's a game show that's been happening for thousands of years that predates Christ. And so when you put on your own game show about Jesus Christ or about Moses or about Krishna or about Muhammad, that's your game show. And so when Donald does his show called Convince Me God Exists show, that's Donald's show. And earlier, Megatron even had a room about how everybody's point of view is very specific to that individual. No two points of view can ever be alike. I would just suggest that we all actually just read a book and go to the gym, fatties. I am complete.
Demonstrate physics before Planck time.
Why would I need to?
Because you're saying that there is no time.
No, I'm not saying that.
But what was before that? Because it's called Planck time.
It was called Planck space-time is what it's called.
Yeah. I'll call it whatever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying?
Planck time.
So now, right? We have this thing called Planck.
Planck. That's the
Planck.
first.
Planck.
And that shows something with physics, don't you think?
Well, no, it
Donald
describes.
does it, right? It does, right?
It describes a structure.
What is it doing?
It describes a structure in objective reality.
Exactly. So what's the objective reality? That would have to be something that we can verify with the physics, right?
I'd like
All
to
right,
answer that.
we're using the physics,
I'd like to
right?
answer that.
Are we using the physics? Just answer the question.
Okay, I'm going to answer that. So listen, the Planck, so objective reality is...
Planck.
The objective reality is the thing that exists if you remove all mind.
I'm not talking about contingency. Stop trying to trap me into the set
I
thing.
never said that.
I'm not falling for it.
I never ever said anything like that.
Point of order, moderator. Could we maybe get this live streamed on YouTube for the record so we don't have to repeat ourselves in the future? Thanks, Donald.
I'd love to.
Big fan of your YouTube live recording it. I've rebranded it. I call it I Find Retards. I hope you enjoy my rebroadcast of your retarded production. Anyways, it's called a Retard Finder, and thanks for being a participant on my Retard Finder show.
Okay, that's the last time you get to use that word.
Sorry, retard. I'll go back to Megatron's Bible Quran room and record other retards. Hello?
You can't use the word retard.
You cannot do that. All right, he's in the audience and he's never coming back up, so we can stop using that word.
But can I ask you a good question?
Sure.
Would you take a flight if it was frustrating from Israel to Iran with the layover in Palestine? Or would you take a flight from Iran to Israel with a layover in Palestine?
I would not fly.
Donald, how do you feel about helping out Iran and those Muslims?
I don't like foreign affairs.
Me either. You know, there's videos that say they want us dead, or they're going to convert us.
How does it feel, Donald, as an atheist, the Muslim saying that Islam is going to be in every American household?
Yeah, they say they're going to come here, and they're going to force you to convert.
It's as convincing as Jesus resurrected from the dead.
But no, they're here already, Donald. They're here. You know they're here.
But they're not in control.
Well, not yet.
They're never going to be.
They're starting off
Whoa,
slowly.
what's with the never stuff? You're an atheist. You can't say never.
False. You can never get more than 2 electrons.
You said it again?
Out of the electron core.
Just an ambiguous word.
Of the electron cloud. So there are things that will never happen. And in America, with the Constitution that we have now.
Is this a hypothetical?
Hello.
We have Muslim people in government.
Hello. So in America, with the Constitution that we have now, no religious cult will ever come to power.
There's always room for the Constitution to change. There's a flexible liberty clause.
We have militias all over the United States. What are you talking about?
But they're not in power.
What do you mean they're not in power?
They're not in power.
Who's the mayor of New York City?
They do silent jihad, bro.
There's Democrats and Republicans all over the country that are.
Do you know what silent jihad is?
It's not in power.
It's not in power at this moment. But
Yeah,
don't ask me
it's
stupid
not in
questions,
power.
okay? You're gonna get stupid answers. All right?
The Constitution prevents any religious sect from becoming powerful.
If they become the majority rule, what do you think that's going to happen? They're going to make amendments.
It's a parasite. It's a parasite, Donald.
They're not going to be able to change the Constitution in a meaningful way.
Remember aliens when the thing jumped up and it sucks on your face? That's Islam.
They've been trying for decades, and it's never worked. It's never gonna work in America.
When you say never, right? Are you saying that there was a beginning?
No.
Well, then what is forever?
I never said forever.
Wait, how did Islam come to power? How did Islam come to power then? Overseas.
Islam has not come to power in America.
What about overseas? How did it come to power overseas? How did
they go down to Great Britain?
They don't have the American Constitution. That's how.
You know what I'm thinking? If Islam comes to America, you're going to be a Christian again, Donald.
Islam is in America. I'll never be.
Yeah, you're going to turn into a Christian again because they're going to start pissing you off.
Fuck off. I'll never be a Christian.
I'm just letting you know. Watch. Let them start knocking on your door like Jehovah's Witness.
Fuck off. I'll never
you're gonna smash the pot on the head.
Fuck off. I'll never be a Christian.
I'm just saying, you'd rather be a Christian than a Muslim. I'll tell you that. Not much of your life will change if you become a Christian.
I'd rather be neither, and that's what I'm going to do is be neither.
Well, they're going to force you.
No, they're not.
They're going to force you to do 5 times a prayer.
No,
they're not.
They do that all the time. What do you mean, no, they're not? How are you going to stop them?
How am I going to stop them? It's called.
What if 911 doesn't work? It doesn't work, guy.
It's called the Civil Rights Act.
What if you run out of money?
Civil rights?
What if you run out of money? What if you run out of money to pay the
I don't have any money.
Then you won't be able to afford to pay jizya.
We already had a Muslim president. We had Obama.
My rights.
We had Obama. He was the first Muslim president.
False, but okay.
You won't be able to afford to pay jizya. They'll convert you to Islam.
I don't know what that is, so it doesn't matter to me. As soon as you find a way to make a constitutional law that forces me to pay extra taxes because I'm not your religion, you let me know and I'll pay those taxes.
It won't be really an option. It'll be that or
As
or
soon as
jail.
you figure out a way to do that legally, let me know and I'll pay those taxes.
They did overseas. What makes you think they won't do it here?
I don't live overseas. I don't live overseas. I live in America. I don't know about you, but I live in America.
You think the Constitution's infallible?
Nothing more than a
If
brand, not a
Muslim
nice
majority
frown.
gets the power?
Oh, there is no way that a Muslim majority could change the Constitution. No, that's impossible.
Hello?
My friend, the
This is fucking
atheists are
boring.
letting it happen.
It's impossible for any religion to change the Constitution. It's set up in a way where religion cannot change the Constitution.
So if there's 90% Muslim population, what do you think is going to happen?
I think that there will be 90% Muslim.
So if it reflect it, and then the 10%, whatever it's off.
Wait, Shake, let me ask Shake a question. Shake, would you rather take a flight to Iran with a layover in America from Israel, or would you rather go to Iran with a layover in America, but you had to start out in Palestine? Which one? Which one would you choose, Shake?
I'd probably go with the first option. It's a lot less stops, to be honest. How would you do it, Mr. Congressman? Mr. Congressman, have you seen Bitcoin today? Yes. Hey, Donald, you still there?
Donald, are you there? Hello?
Step away for 5 seconds and freaking false. Alright. Hello. Oh, you're just gonna do it again, man. Don't do that. Oh, well, it's not working. Well, you can't. Okay. Oh my gosh. People.
We have an ethnogenesis. We are genetically.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
Hold on. I'm gonna land. We
That's
have a
nothing
genetic.
special. Everybody-
We are genetically distinctive from the continent of Africa genetically. We're even genetically distinctive from y'all in the Caribbean, and I can drop the link to show you the peer research, that shows.
Ripoto Shalom.
Bracket sound waves occur regardless regardless of an observer. However, biological sound in the brain perception of those waves, therefore the physical disturbance exists, but the sound as a mental experience requires a receiver. So exactly. Sound waves, again, listen, physical vibration in bracket sound waves occur. Panda. But I'm not a panderer. I don't care if people ask. When I say shit, and I mean what I say.
I say what I mean.
I say whatever.
And I mean what I say. And shit.
I don't pity pat nobody.
Fuck with me now.
I do me.
Shit.
You know why?
Why?
Because I don't have an ego problem.
Woo! Nigga, that's because there ain't no such thing as an ego. That's why you ain't got an ego problem. But that ain't smart. You don't even know you ain't got no ego. That ain't smart. Look.
I just opened it for him to go off because I'm kind of pissed. I've been pissed yesterday. I was pissed today. Then I go into a room. I'm reading my messages. It's just getting worse and worse. Like, oh, this happened to me and you didn't say nothing. Then I don't give a fuck at this point. Speak up for yourself. If they kick you out, and then guess what? Let me know. Then I'll be like, yo, don't kick them out. I remade rooms for people when they got kicked out because I knew they was like day one. I'm tired.
I'm angry. Leave me alone. You angry.
You want to say, we know it's Anthony's fucking fault.
Sad excuse. They should have stood on it. But I would like to talk to you about a theory if you're willing to have that conversation.
Ooh, he got a theory. What's your theory?
I'm gonna let Patty finish cussing these niggas out though.
What's your theory?
No, I'm good. Y'all go ahead. Y'all had it right now. I just wanted to say what I hate first. I'm kind of pissed. And even taking a break, like somebody was like, oh, you should take a break. Taking a break doesn't work because you still come back to these same people.
Hello? Bitch, you need to take a break, Patty. You on here every day, Patty. You supposed to be working for your colonel, Patty.
So, in a previous space, it was asserted that when an individual called a black ICE agent the N-word, that it was okay if the protester calling the ICE agent was black themselves, right? So we've established that it's okay if the person that is calling the ICE agent the N-word is black, then there should be no outrage. It's just, whatever. Now, the question then becomes, if a black person made the video that Trump posted on Truth Social that depicted the Obamas as, some kind of apes, would there be something wrong with that if the originator of the video was black and it was just a reposting? Very simple, straightforward question.
Hello?
Are we being punked?
Hello?
I was like, what?
Trent, go ahead. Go
Hello?
ahead, take the mic.
No, I don't want you to lie. I want to hear from you. I don't want to hear punked. I don't want to hear because this is like the hypocrisy right now.
If it gives,
Right now, there's a beef. There's a beef going on right now.
If it gives any group of others.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, indeed. You're going to be shutting the fuck up in the hallway. We appreciate you, Jay, and that your mama made a degenerate. We're going to bless you elsewhere. Back to you. If it gives anybody, I don't know if I'm being punked. I feel like this is basic. If you were making a joke, even as a black person, and it gives another group a way to disrespect the group you're from, I thought that was common sense.
Hello?
I don't give a damn who made it.
Hello?
That's the
So
that's the commander. Are we being punked right now?
Hello?
So Janet, here's the thing. Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels had major beef right now. And Corey Holcomb, he started hitting on Anton Daniels' family, started coming at them. Calling them ugly. And it has escalated now to where he's selling T-shirts with Anton Daniels' wife.